Hey kids, Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. You might be wondering, why did she just say Merry Christmas? Christmas was days ago. And you're right, Christmas does feel like it was already a long time ago. But did you know that Christmas Day marks the first of what we call the 12 days of Christmas? Maybe you've heard that song about a partridge in a pear tree, or Lord's a-leaping, or 5 golden rings. All through December, we observed Advent and we waited for Christmas. And then Christmas Day arrived. And then we get to celebrate Christmas for the 12 days that follow. Christmas Day is the first day of the 12 days of Christmas. And that takes us all the way to January 5th. And then the day after is a special day on the church calendar called Epiphany. That's a fancy word, right? Epiphany means a revelation or a sudden realization, an illuminating discovery. Maybe you've watched a show or you've read a book and a character says, "I've got it," or "Eureka," or maybe even they said, "I've had an epiphany." Those are exclamations of sudden understanding. And when the church celebrates Epiphany, we are celebrating when the wise men or the Magi came and visited Jesus. After Jesus was born in Bethlehem, men from the east came to Jerusalem asking, "Where is this child who has been born King of the Jews?" Because they had seen a special star rising, his star, and they had come to honor him. King Herod was the ruler of that area at that time, and when he heard about these wise men looking for a king who was not him, he was frightened. He didn't want to lose his power or his authority or have his kingship threatened. He gathered all the high priests and scholars in the city together, and he asked, "Where is this Messiah supposed to be born?" And they told him, "Bethlehem, Judah territory, just like the prophet Micah said." Herod then arranged a secret meeting with these men from the east. He pretended to be as devout as they were, and he got them to tell him exactly when this birth announcement star appeared. He then told them about the prophecy of Bethlehem and said, "Go find this child, leave no stone unturned, and as soon as you find him, send word to me, and I will join you at once in your worship." Instructed by the king, these wise men set off to find this baby. When the star appeared again, the same star they had seen in their eastern skies, it led them on until it hovered over the place of Jesus' birth. When they saw the star, they were filled with joy. They were in the right place, and they had arrived at the right time. They entered the house, and they saw the baby in the arms of his mother Mary. Overcome, they kneeled and worshipped at his feet. They gave him gifts of frankincense, gold, and myrrh, gifts for a king. When we remember back to the Christmas story, we know that the first people to hear and respond to the news of Jesus' birth were shepherds. Those shepherds are probably the least likely people we would expect to have this amazing news given to first. And that is something remarkable. So it is also important for us to notice that these wise men who came to see Jesus were also some of the least expected people. The Jewish people were waiting for a Messiah, a rescuer, and Jesus is the one. But these wise men are not Jewish. They are people who have studied a lot, who have read the scriptures and studied the skies, people who are seeking for what matters. And they journey long and far to find the baby in a manger. They risk a lot, they trust a lot, and they sacrifice a lot just to see this Jesus. They obeyed God's call, even though they may not have realized that that is what they were doing. Jesus is our rescuer, but he comes in unexpected ways. As a baby, revealed to lowly shepherds, and those to be considered outsiders, like the wise men. Truly, he is good news of great joy for all people, just like the angel said. See you next week, kids.